administration. It is called With All Due Respect. Ambassador Haley, good morning. It is good to see you.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Well, these aren't ordinary times. As we sit here, we're about to have public impeachment hearings begin. You mentioned recently in an interview that you don't think the president's conduct with regard to Ukraine is impeachable. Have you made up your mind?
You know, I have made up my mind. I mean, impeachment is literally the worst punishment you can do to a public official. And here you've got a situation where there was no investigation and the aid flowed as it was supposed to. So when you look at that situation, it's hard to see where impeachment would qualify for that.
Can I stop you right there? Because that, I mean, with all due respect, to borrow a phrase, that doesn't seem like much of a defense of the president, that he might have tried to do those things, but it didn't work out. So it's all okay.
I mean, impeachment is serious. It's the most serious thing you can do to a president. The other side of this is we are less than a year away from the election. Instead, let the people decide. Let them hear the testimony. That's fine, but let them decide.
It's serious, no question about it. The people will get to weigh in a year. But let's just set aside that issue of impeachment. Let's talk about the conduct here and whether you think it's appropriate. Let's stick only to the undisputed facts. I have the transcript of the call in question that the White House itself released. So this is not in any controversy. So let's talk about that and that alone. The president has said this was a perfect call. Do you think this was a perfect call?
If in his mind, he thinks it was a perfect call.
What do you think?
You know, I think it's never a good practice for us to ask a foreign country to investigate an American. It's just not a good practice. Having said that, there's no insistence on that call. There are no demands on that call. It is a conversation between two presidents that's casual in nature. And, you know, it's just hard to find anywhere that the president of Ukraine would have thought funds were being held and that he had to do this.
Well, I mean, as a backdrop,